Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me on our regular Sunday. Today we have something brand new from Citizen. This is called the Aqua-Matic. And this is model number AW1760-81X. Again, a brand new offering from Citizen. I think it's a pretty cool watch. It's a diver style watch. Let's check it out. Alright guys, we'll get into this thing, but first check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or many of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. As y'all know, I get a very small commission if you buy from my Amazon store, so I definitely appreciate it when you do so. So this looks like this is overseas packaging. I checked on Citizen's North American site. I didn't see this watch on there, but I have seen it on multiple different other sites that they have. And the United Arab Emirates Citizen site named this the Aqua-Matic. That is not my name. Anyway, on some of the other sites, it doesn't have a name, but on the UAE's Citizen website, it does have the name called Aqua-Matic. Let me go ahead and show you that real quick. There you go. And of course, this also comes in multiple different other colorways. I think it comes in like 4 different other colorways, and I'll show you that here in just a minute as well. Anyway, so here's the packaging. Just a simple outer white watch box. Kind of like a Seiko style inner watch box. There you go. Pretty interesting. Actually, not interesting at all. Here's your prerequisite piece of foam. Here's your first look at the watch. You also get a little card here that tells you where to go for the instruction manual, yada, yada, yada. Remember, a lot of watchmakers are not including manuals anymore. Basically, they just want you to go to their website to register the watch and or find the manual for it. There's another little look at it. Let's take it off this pillow. And you also get a little silica gel packet. Basically, that's just to absorb any moisture that might, for some reason, possibly get into the watch box. Anyway, that sucks up moisture. And whatever you do, make sure your kid or toddler doesn't get a hold of that, because that can really, really mess them up. A little public service announcement there. Again, don't let your toddlers get a hold of one of these packets, because you know they're going to try to swallow it and they will get very, 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 very sick. Anyway, make sure they don't do that. All right, so let's get all this stuff out of the way and let's talk about this watch. Again, this is a diver style watch. It doesn't have all the specs that a regular diver does, you know, like many of the other Citizen divers have. For instance, you know, it doesn't have a screw down crown. This bezel is actually just kind of for looks, not kind of for looks. It is just for looks. It doesn't rotate. So again, more of a diver look than actual having, you know, diver specifications. All right, guys, let me go ahead and give you all the 7 specs you need to know. Then I'll put the rest of the stuff down there in the description field if you want to check out all the nitty gritty. Looking at a 43mm stainless steel case. It's 11.7 millimeters thick. It's 50.3 millimeters lug to lug. It comes on a 22 millimeter stainless steel bracelet. It is only water resistant to 100 meters, which is 330 feet. You get the J810 movement side with the 8-month power reserve. And of course, you only get a mineral crystal, no sapphire here. And again, if you want to know all the rest of the specs, check down there in the description field. You know, like it weighs 150 grams. It's got Citizen, Proprietary, Lume, all that other stuff. Check down there in the description field. So again, firstly, this is a diver style watch. It's not a real diver. Again, it doesn't have a screw down crown. It just has a push-pull crown, and this bezel is inoperable. It's just there for looks. I like the overall look and color of that dial. It reminds me of a Doxa a lot. I like the overall look and color of that a lot. I just love orange watches. Of course, you know I have that orange sunburst Seiko Monster. And I have another orange, one of the new Seiko 5s. When they first came out, I've got a new one of those in an orange dial. And again, I just love these orange dial watches. I just think they're fantastic looking. This also reminds me a little bit of a Tudor, maybe a Black Bay, a little tiny bit. So looking at the dial, you're looking at printed indexes, minimal writing. You've got a triangle-shaped hour hand. Then, of course, you have like a sword style minute hand there. You do have a pointer on the end of that second hand. The second hand is in all white. You do have a nice little circular magnifier over the date window, which really does help. Now, that's a lot of shadow just because the studio light's right over it right now. but it really does help you see that date window for sure. I like these indexes. It's a really unique shaped index up there at 12 o'clock. The rest of the indexes are just circular, except for at 3, 6, and 9, where they have like kind of like a I don't know, a rounded rectangle. So that's pretty much it for the dial. Case, you do have some polishing right here on the shoulders. The rest of it is pretty much brushed. You do have a polished crown there. Again, non-screw down, non-signed. There is the rest of the case right there. Nice knurling on this bezel that doesn't actually operate. I mean, it looks the part, that's for sure. But again, you know, it's just for looks. I do like this box crystal, even though it is a mineral crystal. Really nice. You get a little bit of magnification just because that crystal is kind of boxed like that. It doesn't have any sort of convex surface at all. You only get really magnification from that magnifying window right there. Here's the rest of the bracelet. I mean, typical citizen fare. This is not an expensive watch. I think y'all are going to be surprised what you think this watch is. In fact, you know, before I go over the rest of this, what do you think this watch cost just right off the get-go? Just kind of keep a number in your mind, and I think you're going to be really surprised when I tell you how much this watch is. All right, so here's your buckle. Stamped scissor clasp. It is polished, but again, you know, watching this price range, I kind of, you know, come to expect a stamped scissor clasp. I mean, it still looks good. You got the citizen writing right there on the buckle. You got the pushers right here to release that scissor clasp. Again, here is the rest of the bracelet. You only get 2 micro adjust. So some of you guys with bigger wrists are probably gonna have to buy a link. Luckily, this fits right out of the box on my 8-inch wrist, and I'll try it on here in just a second. Let me go ahead and open this up. Caseback, guys, nothing. I mean, it's pretty sterile. There's really not much on there. You do get that radial brushing right there, which I guess is kind of cool. I really do wish Citizen would bring back that big old Eco Drive logo. I just love that logo, man. I've always liked that logo. So anyway, so again, sterile caseback. It is a screw down caseback, even though this is not, again, a dive watch, which is kind of nice, I guess. So what else here? I'm trying to think of anything else to really tell you about the watch. It does say Eco Drive right above 6 o'clock. It doesn't say 100 meters water resist, but it is 100 meters water resist, which of course is 330 feet. I like this thing, man. Even though it's not a legit dive watch, if this is, you know, if you just kind of like the look of a dive watch, but you don't really need the specs of a dive watch, like you don't go diving, you really don't go swimming, you don't go to the beach that much, but you like the look of those watches, but you don't want to pay for all of those extra features, you know, like a screw down crown, a workable bezel, 200 meters or higher of water resistance, you know, a bigger, beefier bracelet, you know, a bracelet with a dive extension. If you don't need all that stuff, you just like the way dive watches look, man, this might be the watch for you. And again, that Aqua-Matic name was given to this particular model by the UAE's United Arab Emirates citizen site, not mine. So that's not my name. I wish I could claim it, but I kind of like it. I think it looks cool. I think it's maybe a little tiny bit confusing. You think Aqua, you think Matic, you're thinking automatic, when this is actually a solar-powered Eco Drive. So that might be a tad bit confusing for some folks. But anyway, let me go try this thing on real quick. And again, this comes in multiple different colors, and I'll tell you about that here in a second. Oh man, it fits really good. Again, 8-inch wrist. Man, this is really comfortable. Wow, super comfortable. Now it does have fantastic lume. Really, really nice lume. Let's go ahead and kill the studio lights. Let's kill these monitors. Fantastic lume for a non-dive watch from Citizen. Again, this is Citizen's proprietary lume. Normally on their dive watches, they have like that cobalt blue, kind of like the color of like the Night King's eyes on Game of Thrones. Kind of the color of his eyes, but these have more of a greenish tinge to them. There you go. So again, not as long lasting as the divers are going to be, but it definitely gets the job done. Let me go and zap it one more time. Looks good. I mean, it's going to last a while. I mean, again, it's not as good as Seiko's Lumibrite, or not even as good as Citizen's proprietary lume, that cobalt, but it's definitely going to get the job done. Let me go ahead and cut everything back on here. Let me also show you the other 4 colorways of this watch. So as you can see here, they have 4 other colorways. Obviously, they've got this one. They've got that Tiffany blue on a strap. They've got the yellow on a bracelet. They've got the blue on a bracelet. And then they've got a Pepsi version on a strap as well. Honestly, I like that Tiffany blue as well. That's a good looking color, man. I love that Tiffany blue. And honestly, probably the Tiffany blue and this one are probably my favorites. So anyway, so if you want to get one of the other colorways, check those out. I did try and see, the only one that was on the Amazon website here in North America was the orange, and then there was also the blue, both of those on the bracelet. I didn't see any of the other colorways on Amazon North America other than, again, this orange and then the blue dial version with the blue bezel on a bracelet as well. So guys, if you want to get one of these things, they're on Amazon for $145. That is it, $145. Which I'm really kind of surprised. I mean, pleasantly surprised. Again, you're not getting all the specs for a regular dive watch from Citizen, so it's missing a whole bunch of stuff. So that's why it's, it's less expensive. Anyway, I'll make sure to put that link down there in the description field if you want to pick up that watch from my Amazon channel. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell if you like my content, and I hope you do. I've got literally a ton of new stuff coming up. I've got quite a few micro brands coming up here in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks, some really, really interesting stuff that I think y'all are going to like. So anyway, that's been about it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.